Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. I don't know, first time. Sometimes the mic won't actually wake up from the slumber. Oh well. Anyways, good afternoon, good evening, and we are going to be continuing from where we left off last night. So let's see what they have to say. Oh, right, should switch it over. Right, appears to be in deep thought. It's a 539 set. Okay. Uh, Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it, even if we knew. It irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive, given that they are none among the 14 who specialize in celestial. He would be a welcome addition, assuming that he can be persuaded to join. That is, I still can't understand his hesitation. And why did you join? Oh, you wish to know why MS Circle was chosen for comment? I should be glad. It began when another word. Lest you've forgotten, we are to learn about Hermes, not my misspent youth. Uh, is not of your concern. Yeah. So mistakes of youth, eh? My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Meplos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature. I dare say that it won't be long ere it is released onto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't failing as well. Charbidis. That is what we shall tend to next. If you will follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Head north. Why are we going to north? Charbis. Charbidis. Who and what ally is Charbidis? Charbidis. 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 Now makes me wonder who created the elementals, son, eh? I'm sure they were created, but who created them? Ah, it's these guys. Okay. These flying things. Flying snakes, I guess? I understand there is a problem with one of the characters. Yes, that's right. As we know, Chabdis is based off on a sea creature owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind. It is capable of flight, but the specimen created from the concept could it fly without issue, but problem arose in subsequent generations. Uh, this third generation creature was born with etheric balance leaning towards water, its aquatic origin, reasserting itself, it would seem, with the result being its affinity to wind is diminished. It cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I feel they are too unstable, Lord. With your permission, I would revert the creature and recommend to Bureau the concept be revised. With this enteric leaning towards water, the Charbits would indeed struggle to manipulate will. Yet it is too early to conclude that he cannot fly. Having failed at first, he may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until he finds its wings. But you needn't go such lengths. You don't know? But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates the vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, thereby transcending the limit of one's flesh. Yet, convenient though it may be, transformation is the presence of others is considered vainglorious in extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless, shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing I've said. It's just that when transformed, I can wield, wind, and fly. It may seem excessive, but with our shame next to what is what is our shame next to lives of those creatures? They deserve a chance. We owe it to them to do all in our power, be that as it may. Yes, I believe the I have a solution myself. May I trouble you to move the Charbidis away from his fellow, somewhere outside? Meanwhile, I'd like to rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assume you and I would but spare you the need to report your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind. Let's see. As is outside, let's speak to the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have a MSX trained the Charbidis. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see its grunts. With his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you describe, it is not his duty, I loathe to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, he would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. I want you to go to Amasak and tell him that we have a favor to ask. He will be declined to disinclined to cooperate, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflankingly persistent. If you go now, good luck. Right, so you use the say command to Tell him I have a favor to ask. Ask for a favor, eh? It's like you asked for an inch, but take a mile. Oh yeah. You only ask him for oh, did a favor, but after he agrees to it, you do extra stuff. Right. Let's see what is it gonna do. Uh, I have a favor to ask. Say. Oh no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. I don't have it. I do not sit up to. I will not made. Not to be made to know. I refuse. Please, Emmett Salk. Yeah, persistence. It's always been like that, hasn't it?
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emetselk. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
It got coded.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emetselk. Please.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Right. Ik dragged in hook, line, and sinker.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Oh wait, the yeah, I just realized the horse is just summoned is the one that you got in I think Stormblood or is it Shadowbringers at the collector's edition? No, it's Shadowbringers. Yeah, because Stormblood was the other one. What you call it? It was the Nessie, like sea dragon.
You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
I wonder indeed. I have no words of gratitude. Thank you. The Cribidis has learned to fly. And Malay and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. And the creature needed some small resistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Cryptis flies. Indeed, with this, we have proven that even the creatures with a skewed etheric balance are capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the cryptis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in a like fashion if and when the need arises. Keep this in mind. I bid you to continue observing them. If that is what you want, and if I may say so, I rather hoping for a idealistic possibility comes to pass. Would it not be simply to have the concept adjusted? That way, we could guarantee the anomalies such as this specimen never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. Will spare no effort to give them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. I wonder. I wonder. Hermes, I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes my present tasks. Let's return to Anagnoris. For now, Anagnoris. For now. Agnoris. Agnoris? Anagnoris. Anagnoris. Ag- what we got? And we got a deer. What do you want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose most expeditious way to have done the impediment to our business. I guess this completes a set, doesn't it? Aether to Aether. Something weighs heavily on Hermes' mind. Tell me, Malay, in course of watching me, have you learned out of value? Um, I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I don't think I found it yet. On, if only my work were more interesting. Nevertheless, I'm still in debt to you for keeping Meteion company. If there's ought to resort I might do, you need but ask. Chief Hermes, good fortune to find you here. Something the matter? The Ayakon, I'm afraid it's done it again. Sooner did we release it, one from a observation, then it's set up on the nearby occupities, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I just fed it myself, and occupities were keeping fire. White birds is nature of Ayakon to die to blame. They innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, and I have no doubt the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there is no point in postponing the inevitable. Doris will revert them all once paperwork is on order. Where's the scene of incident? Uh, just off the path to 12 Wonders. As you make way there, you should see it to the left. I don't know if Doris is still there, however. I'm his way. If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. So does hold on. Does this mean I can actually put the mask on? No, they gave me the entire set. So, uh huh, I got the first quest. First of how many? 5? Yeah, 5. 1 of 5. I don't know where the other 4 will be. Wonder where is Vina? I still wanna talk to Vina. The lactation and burns are remarkable. Ayaktan indeed was indeed responsible, but the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doris must have taken it away. That man makes the his base in 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Myself and I will search the area for good measure just to make sure the Akdan did not escape. Many thanks. Let's meet in 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Malay. Come, come. It's done this path over the bridge. Where, oh, where is Mana? Mana. 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 Is it? No, that's Griffiths. Oh, I see a current. And the guy killed it, so I'll just shall go and claim the current. To the west. 239 to the west, right? 239 to the west. Probably on top of that ridge over there. Northwest. '56 to the west. '62 to the south. There it is on the ridge. can't. Oh well. I have to run through the other two. So you're checking to northeast. Yeah, it's on top of that one. I can't get to that. Oh well. Hey, event bear. This fella was from the summer event. Snow bear. It is Troll Wonders. Hermes looking for Doris. Let's look for Doris too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think, and I know him when I see him. Alright, let's look for Doris. Uh, Pegasus and Black Pegasus. Long blonde hair. Well, now if he's a mention, what brings you guys here? Right. And that's why I heard the familiar voice. Didn't really realize you two decided to help me search for Doris. Thank you. You're in charge of Colones? I believe we are there now. Out in the fields in restraints, frenzied as they were, I uh, couldn't well return them to catharsis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. As you say, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing that needs to concern yourself with, and as you were, heard the news that Achaeon slaughtered the Calipates. As observer in charge, you are of opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. These are normal aggressions, and exceptional strength makes it a highly problematic combination. It's, it matters not where they are released. Aconus will certain other species upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimen observed are an outlier? Unlikely. I've created a good many of them and all exhibit the same tendencies. Even when I used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior wasn't changed. Kairos, a memory reconfigured system Chief himself created. It allows us to erase or alter memories that we may observe the creature in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, potentially dangerous. depending on the intensity of the etheric emission. Pashtarot may wish to have a word with you. Rest assured, I've kept all the values within the prescribed limits to prevent the misuses. Its applications are limited to those authorized by Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand it. To manipulate subjects' memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor. It is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. Not that distinctions concern. I know distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose the sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If the creation is deemed detrimental to existence, we unmake it. This all for the greater good, not and none question the necessity of such routine process. I understand these things, I do, but I never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat onto the world. Yet insignificant though these individuals' lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Akaonis have. Before we seal their fort, we ought to it to these beings to exhaust all options to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with the full report and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion that Mr. may better carry out his duties? By all means. Please show us to the meeting room. Show them to the meeting room. Meteion, Meteion. To me, other beings are just things to be used, controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. I fear this investigation may take a while, during which time. Meteion, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting, I'll stay with Milai. Lord though I am to impose, I'll leave Meteion in your care. I am in your debt, if you excuse me. Can you help me with something? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most. Of all the creation in Elpis, most creation are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way. But the flowers are different. They are designed to suit our emotions, what we what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one. I want you to search with me. Let's start here at 12. So are we gonna end up with the Ipis flowers? Flowers bigger than your hand down the tree? Oh, so big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. If you think of the recipient, that's what Hermes said. Told Selene, you crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. There, if there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, the mixed color forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hatched in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine though. Let's keep looking. Oh, it's that. Uh, a set of scintillating stars, oddly shaped flower, mesmerizing creations. Oh, Conion, a flower that can move. When Hermie wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Malay. At spotting flowers. We'll find one soon. Nothing around there. Ah, over there. Something big, something huge. No, you don't wanna be picking that flower. Uh, old roost paved in the air with that companion Marlborough like creature before you. It's a Adonis. The thing around its mouth look like petal, but the flowers are the odd orbs on its head. When Hermes was expecting, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think? Would he like it? No, it's probably not a good sort of memory. So, not this one either. Finding a good flower is harder than I thought. So, could you search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there? I'll pick something after that, I promise. There's nothing. There's anything over there. What could that be? Ibis flowers. It's the ibis! Of course. Ellipse. Yeah, ellipse. I was calling ibis ellipse flowers. They're here too. Amin likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they are and Telikis, like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, like they'll always, they're always white and bright. Truly, the flower was dark at your home. Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion? I have known pain and sorrow of loss. I see. Rami has known the same. The feeling that part of you is gone again and again, but no one notices. Please, won't you lend it to me? Your pain and sorrow? I want to make a dark flower in front of Hermes. He has been in dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't alone, that others are sad too. Yeah, leave it to me. I've got few dark memories. Thank you. I mean, it means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. That's two right there. Two of the five. Tonight, they're still talking. Let's wait until they're finished.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteion company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
Which one are you remembering?
Ah,
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteion has shared much with you. May we talk a moment? I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Etheryus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not.
You know it.
Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Alpes, or if you only did it at Meteyon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort. Indeed, difficult though it may be, I must endeavor to be strong like you. The stars in the heavens, know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Etheryus, a world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning, that drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life, as one might expect. Exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion, let us head back.
All right.
Is that a point where actually first going to start? The rift is going to open. Well, I'll end this episode here and I'll see you in the next one.